I'm Angelina, and welcome to my channel, The Mystic Bohemian. This reading is for Libras. I know I promised to finish the other 6 videos yesterday, but it was so hot I actually considered reading naked. And then I thought, well, it probably leaned too far forward and then I'd have to throw the whole video out, or I'd end up in YouTube jail. Do they have YouTube jail? I've been in Twitter jail, but I'm not on any of those things anymore. Moving right along. This is a really great reading, Libras. The blessing card for you is a blessing to shield and safeguard you. So you are being protected by your guides, by your ancestors, by the gods. And someone said, as I was starting to sort the cards, that there is a particular Libra who wants a roadmap. They're having trouble navigating this. They like things balanced, and things are quite out of balance at the moment. And they gave me one roadmap card, and the other person jumped in and said, that's not going to be enough for her. So the first roadmap card is, it's wide open. You can draw your own map. It's a unique point in human history right now where you can make your own map. And the second card that the second person said you would want is the card of coming together. So you don't have to go it alone, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friend. There's someone to help you draw that map. So kind of quiet here and very hot. At the top of the pyramid we have the 9 of Hearts and the 6 of Swords. So Libra, even though Mars is in Aries, which is opposed to you, I see some of you are taking that energy and using it wisely. The 9 of Hearts is the wish card, and the 6 of Swords is onto a more peaceful, less turbulent lifestyle. And we want cards for that? Okay, somebody's telling me, well, we want some extra cards for that. I don't know why. That sounds pretty excellent to me. Does that really need explanation? I guess someone needs more of an explanation. Oh, these cards are all twirled around. Okay, the 2 cards that have come up are the dice and the lilies. And the lilies often denote a relationship. You're going to have to take a gamble there, Libra. I know that's not necessarily what you do. You prefer to do things in an orderly fashion, weigh things out, be diplomatic about it, but there's a suggestion that you might just throw caution to the wind and draw your own map. Whether it's someone that you know that can be your partner in this trip, and it's clearly a trip because otherwise you wouldn't need a roadmap, or it's someone new coming in. And for some of you, I can see through the rest of these cards, it is someone new coming in. So if you're a single Libra, there's love on the horizon here. The 10 of Wands is there, and the 5 of Pentacles. So before one gets one's heart's desire, the wish card, and before one gets through the white rapids to the calmer waters with that 6 of Swords, before you get to make that gamble on love, what we have is the need to clean up the mess that's in your life right now. The 10 of Wands is feeling overburdened. The 5 of Pentacles is worrying about money, worrying whether or not you're going to be evicted, worrying what comes next, how will you handle it. And I suppose this would be why you need a new roadmap. You're going to have to recreate your life. I got the Five of Wands here. A little chaos, a little confusion. It's not necessarily going to be easy because you're going to step outside your comfort zone and be a little more carefree, a little wilder. If you are expecting someone to give you the key to get out of this situation, stop it. This is about you cutting out what you don't need in your life, and things that you thought you needed, you're going to find you don't. If you can make the cut, you can make the grade, somebody is saying. Okay, your life is not going to be the way it was ever before. It's not going to be the same ever again. I'm listening to somebody. For those of you who are facing a loss of your home, it's a gift, they're telling me. It's a gift because you need to move on. You've been carrying a tremendous burden, and it's time to put that Ten of Wands down. It's time to make a new life for yourself. Do not expect someone to save you. You have the key. You can get yourself out of this gilded cage. You have to do the work. There will be some sacrifice required. This scythe frequently means a cutting situation. It's not a positive card in many respects, but from the sense of agriculture, it's a great card because you use it to harvest the wheat that's behind it. So, harvest what you can out of your present existence and move forward and make a new map for yourself. Gonna take some time, gonna take some work. You're gonna have to talk this out. There may be some debate. There will certainly be compromise involved with, I imagine, the person you're going to draw this map with. But there is great fortune, and what someone is telling me is this is not necessarily stuff. It's not necessarily possessions or money fortune. There is the Six of Wands there. So there is acknowledgement that you've done a good job. You may be congratulating each other. You will succeed once you draw your new map. Hold, please. I don't see that you'll be desperate for money. I think that great fortune will bring you comfort, a comfortable existence, but and the Six of Wands says that you'll be successful, so I'm seeing that you're not poverty-stricken, you're not wondering where your next meal is going to come from, but you must sit down and talk it out with someone, because you have to make some changes about your house. For one of you, I see you moving to a tiny house, and more than a few people are saying, you shouldn't do that. You'll never make it. Yeah, ignore them, because what's there, excuse me, is the tree of life. The rainbow runs through that tree. It's a new beginning, it's a new start, it's putting down new roots, it's flourishing, it's growing. All you have to do is get up and make a new map. The one you have is not good anymore. They're showing me paper maps, and but they're paper maps from like the 50s, which are no longer appropriate because roads have been put in, roads have been taken out. Someone is saying, and many of those roads will in fact be washed away. Okay, So, you need to make a new map. Okay, the High Honor card is very much like the Six of Wands, which is recognition and acknowledgement for your accomplishments. So while the birds are there, they tend to be gossip and chitter chatter, and it's not always good. Sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes they can spread the word for you. I'm seeing that someone is going to organize their community and create a more sustainable community where there is a food desert. Some of you may end up moving in with each other, hence the do it together card. I'm getting information for singles Libras and for married Libras, and it doesn't really matter if you're married or single. You really need to buckle down, take a good hard look at your life. You've been given months to assess how you live your life and the life that you have been living for the last few months, and where you want to go from here. And it does need to be different. The sun is here. The third line is what's going on underneath. They're telling me this is for just a few of you. This applies, but this is also applies. But it doesn't apply to all of you, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, the sun is here. Sooner or later, you're going to land on your feet, and things will be good. They will be different, but they will be good, because you are taking the initiative to recreate your life. And I'm seeing that many of you Libras will be your typical diplomatic selves. You're going to balance it out. It's nice to be nice. Stop fighting. Stop arguing. Let's talk, because nothing gets done when everybody's yelling. That sort of thing. And you're able to bring your community together. You're able to bring a neighborhood together. I'm seeing some that live on a cul-de-sac. Putting aside differences, petty differences, someone is saying, that have existed in the neighborhood, and actually working together as a community. A smaller unit than the town or the city, whatever. The Prince of Hearts is here. What does he have to say? Okay. The Prince of Hearts, and for some of you, he's a relationship that's coming in. He's crazy about Adele, Giselle, not sure. He has a compass, which is interesting. Since you'll be making a new map, you could always use a compass. There are some things that you cannot see and cannot know at the moment, and part of the life lesson is to plan out your new future, map it out as you were, and you have the knowledge. He has a lot of the knowledge. He will help you through this, and in working together on this project, a relationship will form, a romantic one. For some of you that are not looking for a relationship, he is blonde. He's in his, there's 3 or 4 of them. Ow. I'm seeing him blonde and in his late 20s. And he just wants to be part of the community. He's not from the community. He just sort of wanders in. And he has a lot of the information and knowledge and skills that you need to help bring this together and get it moving forward. There is another one who is older, maybe late 40s. His hair is darker, and I think he's got a beard. He also has knowledge and information. He seems to be from the general area, but maybe not well known to all of the community. This whole reading is about groups of people coming together and forming a new way of life and supporting each other. What they're showing me is a medieval village where villages worked and villages were essential, and getting along with the others in the village were imperative to your survival, because without them, you were fucked. You know, who worked the fields, who grew the vegetables, who had the animals, who did the butchering. You know, everybody has a role in a village, and then they work and share what they have created. Whether through barter, whether through financial exchange, whether just saying, here, I see that you don't have any bread and I've made 2 loaves. That's what I see happening here. And it's across the country. It's like I'm seeing 20 or 30 of these spring up. And you Libras are the catalyst. So take a good hard look around you, examine what is needed in your community, and draw that map. Start working with a neighbor, a friend, a lover, a husband, and come up with a plan to help your community recreate their lives, recreate a better life, strike a balance. The card of Temperance is here. It is imperative to strike a balance, and what that means is intellect and emotion need to balance each other out. Being over emotional, dramatic, and angry and crazy and all that other happy horse shit doesn't really work. Or being completely cerebral and absolutely analytical and detached and intellectual doesn't work. You need to have a blend of both. You need to remember that Mars is in the sign of Aries, its ruler. It's going to be there till the end of the year. People can take that energy and they can use it, they can funnel it, they can direct it. It's opposite you, Libra. And as a Scorpio, I like opposite energy. I much rather work with opposite energy than a square. But you can draw on that and use that force to make the changes that you see are needed. Whether it's getting everybody to dig up their lawn, unless of course they have geese, and plant tomatoes, plant squash, put a small domed greenhouse in grow some winter vegetables, put in some fruit trees so that there's fruit next spring. Teaching each other and sharing your knowledge, and who knows how to get water to these places, and who knows how to choose the right kind of fruit tree. There's a lot of that going on in these neighborhoods that I'm seeing. And the 8 of Wands is here. It says, you better get off your fucking ass and get to it right away. Okay, that prince coming in, he's coming in soon, so you better get your map ready, because part of what is going to attract him is your willingness to create this new lifestyle for your community. The swans are here. The handsome young man. And the journey card. This tells me he's not from your area. He may be there visiting. He may have just said, fuck it, and walked away from his life wherever it was. He didn't see, he may have tried to create one of these communities where he lived and people were not open to it. And one of the things that attracts this person to you is that you have the vision to see this, and this is what he was searching for. And some of you will just say, no, I can't, I don't want to, and wallow in your despair. And here's the good news. Doesn't really matter what you do, your life is going to change anyway. That's just a more difficult transformation. You can't see what's coming. But again, the Sun card is here. Don't fall into despair. Don't freak out that there's so much that's changing and that there is a mourning necessary for the death of the former way of life. Humans need to understand that they can't ever go back to life the way it was in December of 2019. It's not going to happen. And those who get on board and stop crying and being in despair here will realize that the moon and the sun are there, and that the sun is there twice. Evidently the sky just like blows in and changes lives. And if you want him to change your life, you're a single Libra, you better get busy with that roadmap, babe. For some of you, he may be the one who you do it together with. And for others, you may do it with someone else. And he's just so excited that you're doing it. A couple of you Libras will be getting divorced. Older Libra woman is here with the Three of Swords, which is divorce, heartbreak, separation. Okay. One of you is older. Evidently, this is for more than one of you. One of you is older, one of you is younger. The change happens, and the change happens very, very quickly because the Chariot is here. That, I'm fucking done with this is kind of what I'm getting, okay? There is a message that changes everything. I don't know if it is a text, a phone call, a letter, but it ends at least two, I'm saying at least two marriages here that were long overdue. They were well past their sell-by date. And, you know, this messenger card is a woman on a carousel horse riding over a rainbow. So, well, there's an upset with divorce and sadness and all of that other stuff that goes with it, an end of a marriage or an end of a long-term relationship. It's overdue. And what comes after the change is necessary is good. The ship is there, and it's sailing forward into your future. Again, a different future than you expected. And that seems to be the hardest thing for people to understand. It's changed. Shit happens. The ultimate shit has happened. And it is a cascading domino shitstorm that is affecting all aspects of our lives and will continue to do so. There is no easy fix. There is no quick fix. Stop looking to your governor or your mayor or your police chief or your president or your mother or your sister. Get off your ass and make the changes necessary. Be an accountable, responsible human being. And I think you're going to be really happy. This reading is like way better than everybody else's. Gonna have to get up and do something. You've got the Princess of Swords here and the Seven of Hearts. There will be some difficult choices. There will be some bickering. You need to focus on the distant horizon. You need to focus on the future, not on the past. Stop looking in the rearview mirror. That is not going to do you anything. You can do that, down the road in the autumn, around a bonfire or a fire bowl, bottle of wine. You can reminisce about the past after you've created a new future. There is unexpected money here. I'm not sure if it's a grant or something the government has set up. There's unexpected money to make these changes. But you've got to let go of the past, people. The Nine of Pentacles here. This is financial security. The Six of Hearts is here. For one woman in particular, working with her community. But timing is everything, and timing is of the essence. Something different, something unexpected, something out of the blue. You need to just wake up and realize you need to do this. You need to take a good hard look at your life. You should have been doing it for the last however many months it seems like years already. But you should have been doing it. You were given the gift of time. And instead of bitching and moaning and conspiracy theorying and ragging on everybody else and everybody else ragging on you and instead of doing all that inane bullshit on social media, you should have been examining your life, examining the choices in your life that brought you to this moment. And you may be someone who actually owns their house, and you're okay. You may be someone who's about to be evicted, and that's okay too. Because your choices brought you to where you are. All of them. All of your choices. You can blame them on anybody you want, but the reality is they were your choices to do and to not do certain things. So, come on. It's time to put on your big guy pants. The High Priestess is here and the World. It's a brave new world, and you just don't know what's coming down the pike. But you need to think about it, and you need to write about it, and share your thoughts about what is eating away at people's homes and lives. Okay, getting a little political here. All right, who's doing this? Okay, the world, new change, completely different than it was before. The High Priestess is there. Trust your intuition. There are some things that you don't know yet. Rely on your intuition. There's a need for thought. There's a need for communication with the letter here. You need to actually discuss, even though it's fucking scary, what is eating away at your former existence. people are yelling that. You know, it's like saying that my restaurant is going out of business because I can't have people in there. Okay, there's another way to deal with that. Do takeout. Expand your takeout. Think about that differently. You know, I saw a video on Kroger grocery store. I think it was Kroger. They actually have their own small milk processing plant. And local people came to them and said, the farmers are pouring the milk down the drain. And they got together. They worked outside the box, outside the dairy association. They took this wonderful food product that was being wasted, and they got the farmers some money for their labor and their product, and they got the product on the shelf and out to people who needed it. That's thinking outside the box. That's working together. That's looking at the reality of the problem and saying, okay, how can we change this? And there's someone who wants to work from home. It's a corporate job, and she's saying it's bad for her health. And I think, say what? Okay, for one woman where the woman is a boss, the boss is a woman, Jesus Christ. It's all, they're talking more than them at once. Okay, for one person in this corporate type of working for a corporation, she feels it's bad for her health, and it probably is. Where there is a woman in charge. Wait 1 second. Oh, is she the bitch or not? Okay. That woman should take charge and, again, draw a map, form a committee, get together and explain that this is a problem. This could be detrimental to your health. That's the whip. And the broom to be beaten with. There is some opposition, but you can overcome it. And if you can't overcome it, tell them to take their job and shove it. Because you can draw a new roadmap and recreate your life. There's the Three of Pentacles and the Princess of Hearts. Three of Pentacles is negotiations about business, about money, about tangible things. These two women happen to be working in a garden, harvesting vegetables. There is the fish card, which literally means plenty of fish, which is plenty to eat. It is hidden at the moment. You're gonna have to put your... Ooh, that's with that one. Okay, somebody's getting married toward the... I think it's next spring, to one of those cute guys coming in. That one, I guess. Oof, that's nice. There's courtship. Okay, the Three of Pentacles. You can find another way to make a living. Enough money. You must use your head. You must put your thinking cap on. You can't actually see it right now. It's disguised because you're not willing to see. Intentional ignorance is a fucking stupid thing to do. Yes, there are worries, but the wish card is here again. I mean, isn't that the second time the wish card has come up? Oh yeah, I was up there at the beginning. Oh, yes, wish card. Libras. Libras. Okay. What we have here is a need to reconstruct your lives. New life, new game. For some, new love. For some, a new life without your old love. And you know what I'm getting is not even bitter about whatever that communication is. You're like, I fucking knew that. I already knew it. Okay, stupid me. deliberately didn't look and see. I got lazy. I know that one myself. But I threw mine out 5 years ago. So there is a world of possibilities out here. You seem to be cosmically protected. Those ravens remind me of Odin, the All-Father. So if he's protecting you, yeah, you're pretty safe, okay? I don't know too many people who would fuck with Odin. But you're going to have to get together. This is about community. This is about striking a balance. This is about the diplomatic Libra, bringing people together and finding a common ground, a common goal for everyone. And you get a better lifestyle. Fish were here, you get plenty of to eat because you get plenty of fish. There seems to be food and money. It's just different. Different is not wrong. It's just different, and you've got to wrap your head around the difference. You've got to accept that life is different. And once you do, it's wide open. Absolutely wide. The future is wide open. And there is someone to work with you. It can be a lover. It can be someone that you just truly love and work together on. You can put your two heads together and make this happen. And you will be acknowledged for it by your community. And I hope this was helpful. Down in the descriptions, you can find my email address and my website, where you can order a private reading. There's also links to my costumes and witch hats and other amazing things that I sell on my website, Bohemian Elegance. And there are links to my books, which are for sale on Amazon. They're about the apocalypse. Just FYI. And you can buy them in paperback or you can buy them in Kindle. And please leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you actually like this shit. And stay safe and get your map out. Get busy.